Crafts and welcome back. This is episode 3 of Off the Hook. So today is September the 18th. Now, I'm going to go ahead, or 2021, September 18th, 2021. And I'm redoing my intro because last weekend I was having a little bit of technical difficulties. And so the video did not get uploaded, but I'm going to use the majority of that video for this one, hopefully, if I can get all the technical issues worked out. But I wanted to pop on and do this little new intro. So I also wanted to show y'all another item that I finished up in the meantime and what I did differently and the yarn that I used on it. Okay, this is my moth stitch blanket and it is hiding up the hot mess that is behind here. But I do show y'all this in the video that I recorded last week that you're going to see here coming up. But yeah, so this is just my moth stitch. And this was just random variegated yarn. I had no rhyme, no reason. I just kind of reached in the bag and whatever I pulled out is what I used. There's Christmas yarn, which is here. I think that's the Christmas, yeah. This row is Christmas yarn. And then this row of purple here is a solid. And then I used some like Tweety. And then I used, I don't know, just a little bit of everything. So I can't tell you what any of this yarn is, name brand. Well, for the majority of it, it's just random scraps that I had left over. So, yep. So that's what that is. But what I wanted to show y'all is my Windspinner. And I show them later in the video before I did this last step. Now, I personally have found that using the acrylic that's kind of scratchier or stiffer works better for the wind spinners. So like those little mini skeins that you can get from Hobby Lobby, I've used those. I think later in the video I refer to it as Red Heart, the Red Heart minis, but it's not a Red Heart mini. It's just those little mini yarn bee acrylics that you can get at Hobby Lobby. They're like super cheap, like maybe 99 cents, $2, somewhere around in there. I don't have one laying here. I will look up the exact name because I said I was going to do that before, and I did, but I haven't inserted the text yet. So when I get that uploaded, or before I upload this video, I'll be sure to put what yarn I'm talking about up there. Actually, I'll show it to you when I get to that section in the other video. But this one I've got right here. So I used this yarn, and these are the Yarn Bee Sweet Minis, Oh So Scandinavian. And these are regularly $4.29, but I got them when they had their clearance sale. Can y'all see that? And I made a wind spinner using this. This is a 3-weight. 3-weight, and it is 100% acrylic. Now, see if I can get that to focus in. Focus, focus, focus. I guess it's not going to focus. But anyway, this is a 3-weight. Now, this yarn was lovely to work with, but it is very, very soft, which normally is a good thing. But it's very soft for a wind spinner because it doesn't want to hold its shape very well. It wants to be very drapey, which for a wind spinner, you don't want drapey. So I had seen several people talking about crocheting the last row of single crochets over weed eater or trimmer line. So I had picked some up, and I think I did show y'all that later in the video, but I'll go ahead and show it to you now. This is what I bought, and I bought the 0.065 inch. And it's just a thick plastic. But this is what I picked up at Walmart. And y'all, okay, you're going to see this wind spinner later in the video, but let me show you what it looks like now. I am so excited with how it turned out. And I did buy some smaller crystal balls. And this is the size I used. Does it show the size? No, it does not. Okay, I'll look it up. I don't remember if this is the 20 millimeter or the 30, but I kind of think this is the 30 millimeter crystal ball. But it came in this nice little box. Okay, so I'm back. Y'all didn't even know I was gone, but my video camera, or my phone, that's part of my technical issue, is I use my phone to video. And I've deleted tons of stuff, and yet when I wake up the next morning, my storage is full again. So I don't know what's causing it. I don't know why. I guess I'm just going to have to transfer everything off into a factory reset and see if that fixes the problem. But anyway, I did buy a new memory card for an old Android phone I have, and I think I may start using that to do my videos. That way it goes straight on the card. I can pop that out and stick it in the laptop and edit the videos easier that way. Anyway, all right, so I was telling y'all about these crystal balls, which I got to go on the end of my Windspinners. And they come packaged like this. Aren't they pretty? See the light reflecting off of them? Now, I started out with a larger size and it was way too big. Well, I won't say way too big, but it was bigger than what I needed them to be. So I got these, and I will leave a link to these in the description box below. I do not have any affiliated links, so you can buy these or search for some other ones. But I found that these came, even the other ones that I got came in little individual boxes, and but they're packaged really well, and I was really impressed with the quality of them. So, okay. And these are by Mary 9. So, again, I'll leave a link for these in the description box below. Got them from Amazon. Now, let me show you the spinner. I thought it turned out so cute, and I will insert a video of it outside spinning. Okay, now, I did buy, sorry, I haven't finished up the ends here. I did buy some of these spinners, woo, the fishing spinners, and they do have double hooks. And here's why I did that. I'm planning on selling these. So, I wanted something where if they have a hook, they can just hook it and hang it. And I did leave it long. I don't know, it's probably a little over a foot. And the reason is because I don't know what they're going to be hanging it over. And you want to have a long enough string to hang it from so that it's going to be able to spin freely. But this way, if they want to hang it on a hook, they can. Or if they want to wrap it over a tree branch, they can take this other hook. So let's say you take it over a branch, you can take it over, and then you can hook it back to itself. That way it will, still have it hanging. Now, I did go ahead, let's see if y'all can y'all see? And I added fishing line in with my yarn. And I probably should have twisted it first, but I was afraid that then it wouldn't spin as well. So it's just 2 pieces side by side. And then I knotted it around here. Now, when I got to about here-ish, I started crocheting in the fishing line, crocheted it in, left a long tail, and then I wove it back and forth with the last piece of yarn. So hopefully the fishing line will stay in. Okay, so y'all know, okay. So this is how it looks now that I've crocheted over the weed eater line. So it really gives it a more defined disc, and it made them bigger than they were before. And then there's the little prism ball. He's so pretty. Okay, but here's what it looks like. It just really holds its shape so much better. And it spins super easy. That's just me letting it go and letting it doing its own little spin thing. I really don't know how long it is. Obviously longer enough for me to not be able to hold it up. But, so yeah. I thought it turned out really great. So, I mean, if you want to crochet over the weed eater line, you can. But if you have a heavy duty enough acrylic that's thicker and doesn't have that drapey, like this is just a really soft drapey acrylic, so it just didn't want to hold its shape as well. But, so yeah. Alright y'all, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the portion of Off the Hook from last week, which I show all of my completed projects. I don't think I showed anything that's like a work in progress, just because I didn't really have anything new to add from previous ones. But I did finish up a few projects, so I'm showing those. And then I just wanted to show y'all this spinner, since I crocheted over the weed eater line, so that y'all can see what it looks like without and what it looks like with. And I am probably going to go back, and since I do want to sell these at a craft show that's coming up, I'm probably going to go back and undo the last row of single crochet on the other two that I show you in this video, so that they have that more finished look. But you know, if you're making it for your house, like if I was just going to leave one for my house, for me, I probably wouldn't do that, just because it's just an extra step. But yeah, so all right, y'all, enjoy the video. Hey y'all, Pam here with BeeCreative Crafts, and welcome back. Today is episode 3 of Off the Hook. It is September the 12th, 2021. So let me show y'all some of my completed works that I've got for y'all. Okay, so first up, when I'm working at my washcloth, sometimes I like to use patterns that I've been wanting to try, just to kind of see if I like them, see how hard they're going to be, and then they become a washcloth. So the first one is the center section. It's rows 1 through 10, or rounds 1 through 10 of the Healing Stitches blanket by Jeannie. And I will leave a link to that YouTube tutorial in the description box below. Mikey over the Crochet Crowd worked it up. So I will show y'all that. And then I skipped rows 11 and 12 and finished it out with round 13. So let me grab that. And I just worked it up. This is Peaches and Cream cotton. So that is just a little washcloth. Like I said, it was called the Healing Stitches. So that is that. And then I have been making blankets using a stitch where it's double crochet, and then you do a front post, back post, front post, back post all the way across. And then when you work the opposite, or when you turn it, if it's a back post, then the next row you work it as a front post. But I knew that it was not a stitch that I had made up. I just didn't know what it was called. And I was going through some videos and whatnot the other day, and I saw a picture, and I was like, oh, that looks like that stitch. And it is. And guess what? It's called the rice stitch. So I've made several of these. And it just gives a really good textured. But I'm going to insert a picture here of a baby blanket and a beanie that I made for my granddaughter for the kids to bring her home from the hospital. It's just a little, like a little car seat blanket. But I used this stitch, this rice stitch. So I will insert a picture here so y'all can see what it looks like. And the yarn that I used for that was Hobby Lobby. And I can't remember if it's ice cream yarn or the colorway, but before I upload this video, I will try to see if I have another ball. I think I do. I think I still have one left. And I will post the name of the yarn somewhere up here if I can find it. That way, if y'all want to make one using this stitch, then you can, and you can see how it works up. Okay, so the next washcloth I have is another one that I like to use for washcloths. It is the lemon peel stitch, which is another super easy stitch. You just do single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet all the way across. And then when you come back the other way, you work a double crochet in every single, and then a single crochet on top of every double. And it works up with this great pattern here, like this. So yeah. And when I'm working these up, I've got a craft show coming up the first weekend in October. And washcloths always do really well there. So I was just trying to, I was on babysitting duty Friday. So I was trying to think of something that I could whip up that wouldn't require a whole lot of attention on my part to make them. And so I made several of these in the lemon peel and the rice stitch. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. Now these they're not exactly finished yet. These are more of a, for the most part they're done. I'm just trying to work on the finishes on what I want to do with them. And that is some of these wind spinners. Now as you see, I need to straighten this one out a little bit. They get uncoiled and you just have to fix them back like the old timey telephone cords. But anyway, so this one I made, and the yarn was really super soft. It's some that I bought on clearance from Hobby Lobby. And when I was working with it, it is so soft. Sorry, let me put it up here so y'all can see how I'm just winding this back around on itself to get it back into the little discs. But it was really inexpensive, this yarn. Like, I think I bought all 3, came in a pack for $1, like $1 or something. But it's so soft. It's almost too soft for the wind spinners. The wind spinners I have found do really good with acrylic, which this is acrylic, but it does good with like a stiffer red heart type. But this one, I was trying different things. I was trying to taper it down to a point. And then I just did like a faux braid cord. And then I put a fish spinner on the end of it because I was thinking of selling these. But this one didn't spin nearly as well as the one that just had the single yarn strand. So I'm still trying to figure out which way I want to do these. And as y'all could tell, I did not do anything in the, I didn't alter her pattern really as far as the last row round. But I did pick up some weed eater, the weed eater coil, weed eater wire, weed eater string, whatever you want to call it. It's just a thin plastic. And I may try it in it just to see if it holds the rings better or does anything. But, so here's this one. And then I'm just going to spin it up here by the little spinner so y'all can see it. But it does spin, the little spinnery thingy. It does spin really easily. But, yeah, so that's that. But we tested this out at my aunt and uncle's house yesterday. And we put it in front of a fan. And this one did spin, but I think this is just too thick. But like I said, it spun a lot better with the one that was just by yarn. So let me show y'all that one. And in case y'all are wanting to make one of these, how I did these is I used Ophelia's YouTube tutorial. But basically, you just make a chain as long as you want it. Then you do a single crochet all the way across. Then starting at the same end that you just started on, then you work 2 double crochet in every stitch all the way down. Cut your yarn, go back to the beginning, and then this time you work 3 double crochet in every stitch all the way down, and then you finish it off with a row of single crochet. So here's this one. And I just experimented with different yarn types, not yarn types, yarn weights, and different hook sizes. Now I crochet very tight, and I made this one with an eye. And that last yarn that I had, this is a 4 weight, and the first one I showed you I used was a 3, or the first one I showed you I used a 3 weight yarn. And I think I used a G hook for that one. Or maybe an H. Like I said, I crochet super tight, so take that into consideration when you are hearing my hook sizes. But see, this one spins so easily, and all it is just the yarn. So what I may do is just tie a little loop, not a little loop, but like a little hook up here, or a little round ring, so that it can hang on a hook, and just let it hang by the yarn. Because like I said, this one spins really well. Alrighty. So that's my wind spinners. Oh, I did one more too. This one is just pink, off-white, and blue. And these are the minis, acrylic minis. I think they're by Red Heart. I'll have to double check. But I think these were by Red Heart. Let me see if I have one laying around here, and I do not. I'll double check on that too and post it. But like I said, I mean, you can use any acrylic yarn. You can use other fibers as well. But best I have read from other comments is that the acrylic holds its color and it dries quicker. And so it really withstands the elements. If you want to leave these hanging outside for a long period of time, the acrylic just holds up better. And then I have this one, which is my super bright multicolored one here. This was the first one I made. And while I love it, I used a larger hook. And I decided that I really needed to use a smaller hook size. But I know that this is all Red Heart yarn in different colors. And it is the Neon Stripes, I think is what it's called. I'll have to double check. But again, whoop, as you can see, it gets kind of wonky. I didn't have it sitting very well. Ta-da! So that's those. And then to like store them, you're supposed to just make your little disc about the same size. And then they just sit on top of one another. So I am going to go around the weed eater line wire stuff. Well, I can tell you what it's called. Trimmer line. Looks like that. And I picked this up at Walmart yesterday, and the only reason I picked it up is because I just happened to go up the aisle where they had several of these sitting, and I was like, oh, I'm going to try this. And they had the blue, and then they had like this green color. So I grabbed the blue. The green was at 0.08, and this one is 0.065. For what I'm using it for, it didn't really matter to me, the size of the wire trimmer line. There we go. And then it just makes this little stack of disc, and then whoop, and then I just dropped it like a slinky. But anyway, so that is that. And I have a video of this one hanging outside. Like I said, I haven't woven in any of my ends or anything on these. I just made them just to try them out because I had seen so many of them on my craft sites, on the YouTube page, or on the Facebook pages and on YouTube. So I just wanted to try them out because why not? Oh, I know the other thing I need to go grab that I forgot that's a completed project. Just dawned on me. Yeah, I hopped on that moth stitch wagon. So I made a moth stitch blanket. So I'll go grab it. But let me show you these other two that I have finished. And then I'll go grab that one. Okay, now this next item I have shown y'all before. And it was a work in progress. So last weekend, I was bound and determined that this big bad boy was getting finished. So let me show it to you. I will show it to you. I will hold it up, and then I'm also going to insert some pictures of it stretched out on a bed and also on the floor. It's going to be on a twin size bed. That way you can see just exactly how the actual size it is and get a better idea. So this is the piece blanket that I was making. Again, I'm going to insert a picture because I know that you're not going to be able to see it all in this, the way I've got my recording set up. But this is how big it is. So it's pretty wide. It actually turned out wider than I meant for it to, but you know what? I love it. And I know I've said it. I said it in the last video. I said it in the video that I've shown it before. It looks like puzzle pieces. and I love it. This is the Red Heart Blacklight yarn, and has a big old peace symbol. No, I'm gonna keep going. This is a corner to corner. I still have to weave in the ends. And then at the bottom it says peace. Did they get it up far enough for you to see the peace? Peace. Yep. So it's so warm and cuddly. I still have the stitch markers in the corners. And the reason is, after I finished it, I did go ahead and go around and I did a foundation row, or a row that could be used. So if I decide I want to go back and add a black border, which I have thought about, just a simple double crochet border all the way around, I went ahead and went through and put these little single crochet chain 2s around each block. So that way, and if you've never done this with your C2Cs, I highly recommend it. The first few that I made, I did not do this on, and they kind of tend to go a little cattywampus, or they just don't lay as squared off as I thought they should. And I'm sure it's just because of the slip stitching and the decreasing and the way, because those stitches are worked a little different once you start the decrease than they are as you're growing the blanket out. So by doing these, it really makes each little box on the edges the same. So it really helped to square it off. So I would definitely be doing this for all of my future C2Cs. And if you use it for whatever your color is, I mean, you can't even see that it's there. So yeah, so like I said, I highly recommend doing that. And with this one, like once I did my last box, I just slip stitched and just went ahead and started and kept going with the same color. I thought about using black to go all the way around it, but since I'm not sure that I'm going to add a border, because this one is already pretty massive in size, bigger than what, well, it's not massive. I mean, it's not like a queen size or anything, but I decided to just do it this way, and then if I want to add the border, I can. So that's what I did with that one. Now let's go on to my next completed project. And this is also one that I have shown you. And this is the Kaleidoscope Granny by Fiber Spider. That is where I got the tutorial. And again, I'm going to show it to you here, and then I'm also going to insert a picture to show you what it looks like stretched out on a twin size bed and also on the floor. But I'm going to hang it up. I'm going to hold it up and show it to you like this too, so you can see how wide it is. La. See? And then on this side, ta-da! This is a great blanket. This is another just a throw. I don't know if I'm going to keep this one or if I'm going to try to sell it at my next craft show. I really haven't decided on either of these two for now. You know, I don't know. I may have to keep them. I don't know. Because they're neon and I love me some neon. Okay, let me go. Stop it right here. I'm going to go grab that moss stitch blanket. And then I have two more things to show y'all that I'm super duper excited about. Okay, so let me show y'all this moss stitch. Okay, so I did mine so that it's going to go this way. And I have not decided yet if I'm going to twist these fringe together or if I'm just going to leave them like this. But this is what it looks like. And I couldn't tell you what yarns I used. I just grabbed some of this and some of that, and it's whatever happened to be in my stash that I had a little of this left and a little of that. Some is variegated, some is solid. And then the opposite end looks just the same. Leaving the fringe. So that is my moth stitch blanket. Now, the next two items are amazing. Super excited. Okay, so I wanted to show y'all what a great quality book this is. Somebody on one of my pages had purchased it, and so I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, gotta have that. So if you have any Harry Potter fans, I highly recommend this book. Check it out. And it is a thick book. Hardback. It was around 20 bucks. I think it was like 19. But, oh, that's cool. Look, it's got the... Okay, so. But yeah, I mean, it's got a lot of great patterns. You can make a potions bag. Or a potions... what do they call it? Basket. Yeah, potions basket. The golden snitch blanket, that's what's on the cover, on the inside cover. I'm trying to cover up the actual pattern here. But this is to make the house blanket. But it has great pictures. It's got a pattern for everything. Oh, it even has a sweater and socks. Again, let me try to cover up the socks. But yeah, highly recommend this book. I mean, I haven't made anything yet, but it's a good quality, and I'm excited to try some of the stuff in it. I bought it 100% for the sorting hat. But yeah, so there's that. And what did I do with my scissors? I brought them over here. And now I don't know what I did with them. Well, shucks. Okay, so I don't know what I did with them. Oh, there they are. Okay, so my postman put this in my mailbox, so it's a little bent. Come on, Postal, y'all can do better. But let me show you what this one is. And I may not even need the scissors. Let's see. No, gonna need them. Yep, gonna need them. Give a little snippy snip. This is my Crochet Crowd book. Yeah! Super stoked. So I have 2 new crochet books. This one gives the story of Michael Celiak and Dan. Let's see what Dan's last name is. It's probably on here somewhere. Zondervan. And this is their story. But mixed in with their story are also some patterns. And if y'all have never done a crochet along or a stitch along, they've got a new one getting ready to start here. Not within the next little bit. I'm not sure exactly. You'd have to go to their site and see, to the Crochet Crowd and see. But it's called The Journey, I think. But look, so this little, it's got a little flap so you can mark your place. But yeah, so I'm excited to read this and to check it out. Oh, this is the blanket that we're going to be, that the crochet along is going to be making. Boom. So if y'all are interested in that, go check out the Crochet Crowd and you'll find out all the details on when it's going to start. So yeah. And let me look, because I really think that the pattern, seems like I read that the pattern is actually in this book. So if you wanted to get started beforehand, you could, but I'm not 100% sure on that. The Journey. Yes, The Journey. The pattern is in the book. So if you want the pattern, get the book. Again, this book is also around 20 bucks. I think it was like with shipping, or not shipping because I did Prime, with tax and everything, I want to say it's like around 22 to 24 bucks, somewhere around in there. So yeah, so I'm excited to read this and check it out. But so 2 new books. Yay! All right. So that, y'all, is my completed projects. That is all I've got done in the crochet world, in the world of yarn. So I guess I'm gonna get off of here and go see what else I can make. Oh, I did buy some charms to go at the end of my Windspinner. I bought some like crystal balls so that they would have like a prism and like do all the little pretty rainbows everywhere. But it was a little bigger than I thought it was gonna be. I'll have a picture, so I will post it here and here so you can see how big those were. And it was a little bit heavy. So I'm gonna reorder those in a smaller size. In case you're wondering, these are the 40mm size. So I think I'm gonna drop it down to the 30 because I think the 20mm will be a little bit too small. So I think the 30 is gonna work better. So I'm gonna order those and see how I like them, because I was trying to think of something different besides just a tassel on the bottom of the Windspinner. But the tassel may be the winner. That may be what wins versus what I use. But I wanted to see, you know, which one I liked, and I kind of like the idea of putting the prism on the bottom of it. So I wanted to try those. And I also looked at some of the like the teardrop shaped prisms that you can get that go on chandeliers. I also looked at some of those, and they're lighter. But I was thinking that it needed something with a little bit of a weight to it, but maybe not. I maybe could just get by with using the lighter weight teardrop shaped ones from the chandelier, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So I hope y'all have a fantastic week, and until next time, happy crafting. Bye.